Hey everybody, I'm so excited today. I'm talking with Chris Kaup from Tiffany and Bosco, and they are amazing. Chris, you've been so amazing, and I just want to say thank you to you and Tiffany and Bosco. You guys sponsor and support NAWBO like no tomorrow. I love it. You come to events, you bring people to events. It's amazing. It's like if we
Well,
could have
thank you,
a guy.
Susie. I really appreciate the kudos, and the firm does as well.
Yeah, we
We
do love.
are strong supporters. We believe in the mission.
Yeah, I love that. And thank you again so much. But I was chatting with Anya today, a couple of the ladies, and we had a
Oh,
couple questions for you because we
sure.
remembered back at the corporate breakfast. We loved the couple tips that you guys gave for business. I mean, and you may have different tips, but it was like three pieces of advice because your firm specializes in kind of all aspects of business, right? And bankruptcy and things
Correct.
like that. Okay.
We're a full service commercial firm, and I happen to handle a lot of creditor rights cases, commercial bankruptcy, state court, for federal court litigation, but the firm does everything.
Okay, that's awesome. So with that, and with NAWBO, because we have very seasoned women in, and we also are really trying to get in new entrepreneurs and kind of lift them up and stuff. Do you have, being in this industry as long as you have, and probably have seen so many things, what kind of really good pieces of advice, a couple like three pieces of advice you could give maybe a new entrepreneur and then a seasoned entrepreneur?
It's a great question, Susie, and the answer is there are a lot of different things that suggest that new or seasoned entrepreneurs do. The first thing is to find good mentors, and good mentors can guide you because you're not going to be able to figure out anything and everything and overcome every challenge on your own. You need to find those entrepreneurs. One of my former partners, now retired, used to say to us, look, when you drive to New York, you can only cross one bridge at a time. And I
Mm,
think that with a lot of small business owners, they have a lot of problems flying at them, and they don't focus on meeting, addressing one particular problem, and then moving on to the next one. It becomes almost overwhelming. And good mentors can help you overcome all of that. And related to that is, from a legal perspective, I see a lot of entrepreneurs that are so focused on their day-to-day business that they
mm.
don't address fundamental critical legal needs that are almost as important as cash flow of the business. I mean,
Yeah,
documenting a contract, um, being able to, having a limited liability agreement, having a shareholder agreement, having an agreement with your partners over who owns what percent of the company. Because when a company is formed, when a venture starts out, everyone is always optimistic. They have
right.
all the best intentions in the world. But when either the company is making a lot of money, or when a company hits hard times, then there are a lot of misunderstandings.
Okay.
You see a lot of the warts in the other people, and frankly, a lot of the knives come out, and a lot of the problems are then seem insurmountable. So, but if you have everything documented up front, you avoid a lot of litigation on the back end. So
Yeah.
document everything appropriately on the front end, and then continue to proceed with um, in good faith. It's almost like, in many ways, it's like a marriage.
I was just
A
gonna
lot of
say a business
marriages,
prenup.
yeah, yeah, a business prenup is a great way to look at it. Um, but aside, that's just with partners, but with vendors, with
Mm,
people you're selling to, um, make sure things are documented.
yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
then when companies start to struggle, then it's really important to, for example, you own a company and you've sold to a bunch of other companies, and you start to sense they're not paying. You start to sense they're having financial problems. Don't just continue to hound them saying pay, pay, pay. talk to them about, give them a concession, and then get something in writing. If possible, get collateral for what is owed to you, because then that'll put you in a position as a secured creditor, which is
Mm,
in a priority position in the event the company files a bankruptcy. So there's a lot that you can do to protect yourself if companies that owe you money are having financial problems.
got you. What would be, I guess if we think about partnerships or, extended owners and companies, what would you say is one of the biggest first like tips or key signs where something's going sideways?
If the if payments start getting older and older and older, if your receivables list goes from, on average 30 days to 60 days, that means that a lot of companies in that industry are having financial problems and they're slowing
Okay.
down on payments. So that to me is a canary in the mine shaft.
Okay.
And the other thing I'd say with respect to partners is focus on the cash, understand where the cash is, understand what's happening to the company. And because too many companies, I think, when there's a lot of cash flowing around, they don't tend to focus on what's happening to the cash. And
Mm,
sometimes certain partners take advantage of that.
got you. So then one of my questions I've always thought about with you is what made you decide this? Like when through law school and stuff, you probably get a taste of everything, right? Why you're like, I'm gonna go this route. What drew you this direction?
That's a great question, Susie. And the answer to that question is pretty simple. It's a particular law professor. So I went to the University of Pennsylvania Law
Okay.
School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I had a professor in my second year for the Uniform Commercial Code, and I loved the class, did really well in it, and loved the professor. And she recommended that I take her bankruptcy class the next year, and I did that. Loved the class, and then she recommended that I clerk with bankruptcy judges in wherever, the
Yeah.
opportunity arose. And I followed her advice and I put out an application to a bankruptcy judge here in Arizona and I got the job. So I am a bankruptcy lawyer, Susie, um, and a bankruptcy lawyer in Arizona because of that law professor. That
Oh,
law professor ran for president 4 years ago. Her name is Elizabeth Warren, or
okay.
Liz as everyone knew her. And
Okay.
I'm a big supporter of her. She is, without a doubt, the smartest person that I ever met in my life. And I've met a lot of smart people.
That's awesome. That's so fun. So I want to know a couple or just give me maybe one. What's a fun fact people don't know about you that you want to share?
A fun fact.
Yeah.
So, Susie, I'm a lawyer, okay? I'm a bankruptcy lawyer. I don't have anything fun, all right? I don't have anything fun. Um, I guess it's not so much fun, but I really enjoy moderating the events. I
Okay.
moderated that NAWBO
Mhm.
event with the governors. I've
Yep.
moderated a lot of events for the Penn Wharton Club of Phoenix and the Turnaround Management Association. I just enjoy it. It's fun. It's fun to interact with people. I've sort of created a model for doing that. So I really enjoy that. That's a fun thing I do, and it's a fun fact about me.
I love that. So, last thing, how can the ladies of NAWBO serve you?
So that's a surprising question, my friend, and I don't think there's an answer to that.
Okay.
I the way I view it is this is a relationship.
Mhm.
There's a give and take in every relationship. And I value Tiffany Bosco values our relationship with NAWBO, all the ladies in NAWBO. I've been very impressed with everyone I've met. And you know, I hope that as I develop more and better relationships with people there, they would feel comfortable in coming to me with legal questions, legal matters that maybe I don't have the answer for or I can't handle. But we have a full service commercial law firm, as I said, over 80 lawyers. There's nothing that affects a company that we can't handle other
Yeah.
than a securities offering. So I would just hope that people would trust me enough to come to me and say, hey, Chris, I've got this issue. What do you think? And I'm not going to charge anybody for time to just kibitz, but I would refer her to other people who can probably handle a matter if I can't handle it.
Yeah.
And so I would just hope that they're open to having those conversations with me on a no charge basis. But reciprocally, um, I was drawn to NAWBO and I want to become involved with NAWBO for, I'll admit, Susie, a selfish reason.
Okay.
And that selfish reason is I have two incredibly
Yeah.
intelligent daughters.
Yeah, we
One
talked
of
about
whom
that.
is, 24 and one is 21, and they're both going to end up being in jobs where they're probably going to have their own small businesses at some point. My eldest is going to get an advanced degree, a master's degree for a physician's assistant. And my
Yeah.
guess is she might start her own practice someday. And
Yeah.
our youngest is just graduated with a dietary sciences degree from Boston University. And she's going to go to graduate school. And my guess is she starts her own practice at some point in the next 10 years or so. And I envision them becoming members of NAWBO. I envision them using
Yeah.
you or Anya or other people as mentors in helping shape their small business. And because, you know, I'm a partner and a member of the board of directors of this firm. We're 85 lawyers in 7 different states. You know, I don't face the kind of challenges that you face. I'm not sure I can be as good a guide for Mackenzie or Abigail as you would be, Susie. So it's for selfish reasons. I think it's an organization that has a great mission and doing great things for a lot of people. And I envision Mackenzie and Abigail being part of that.
Well, we can't wait till they're ready to come to us. So I appreciate you again. I mean, you guys are so paramount. You are just amazing with the recommendations you give us and the people you connect us with and your support. And, truly we appreciate that. Like, just it's amazing. And thank you.
The feeling is mutual,
Yeah.
and I wish I was going to be at the brunch on the 9th. I am
Mhm.
going to, unfortunately or fortunately, I'm going to be at my 35th college reunion that weekend. And see, I'm a lot older than you think, Susie. And but I know Elisa is excited about being there. We're going to have a full table, and I
Yeah.
know she's excited about her involvement now and in the future with NAWBO as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, my friend, and thank you so much.